I tell you what, it is finally good to get here. It has been an absolute mission. It's been a good 14 and a half, 15 hours driving across 2 days, and we're finally at the place where we're staying. We are competing this weekend in a 3-day tournament. It's the final one of the year. It's the grand final for the ABT tournaments on the Clarence River at Maclean. Now, I'm at a B&B that's just kind of off the road a little bit there, probably about 10 minutes away from the launch. Just going through all my gear, getting it ready. I've got the boat here, but interestingly this weekend, I am not competing in this boat. You can see behind me, I've got no trolling motor or electronics up the front. Not only that, I qualified for the grand final as a non-boater. The boater this weekend walks away with a turnkey brand spanking new tournament boat, which looks really, really awesome. I'm super excited to see whoever wins that. And from the back of the boat, we are in for stacks of prize packs, basically because the season has been on hold and pause. All those prize packs that we would have got at every single round are all being given away at this one tournament. So there's a lot of coin in terms of sponsorship gear that is up for grabs, and I'm pretty excited to get my hands on some of it, really. Who doesn't like new tackle, right? More so what I'm excited about, and I'll take you guys on the journey for the next few days, is the anglers that I haven't seen in ages, catching up with them, you know, sharing a beer or two, a drink, and seeing what they've been up to. But the big difficulty for me for tomorrow, for the pre-fish, I'll be on somebody else's boat, but the big difficulty is amalgamating all this stuff that I would usually take fishing with me onto a backpack, which is here. I'm really excited to fish out of one tackle box only. That'll be heaps and heaps of fun. We'll start really early tomorrow morning, but for the moment I am going to just rig some gear and get my camera gear ready for tomorrow. Today is Saturday pre-fish day 1, and I'm heading out with Tom Slater. Not only does he have the same boat as I do, but he's also got a brand new Merc 175 on the back, and I'm having a bit of a cheeky look to see how his boat performs with that new motor, because I am looking at buying one as well. He's also fished this waterway a bunch of different times before, and it is my first time on the waterway, so I'm really keen to see some new spots. Now, he's just told me the plan for the day is to start on this bridge here in front of us and see if there are any fish biting, and then move up to the mouth of the river where the water is clean, and apparently there are some rock walls out there that perform really, really well.
Tide's moving.
Oh yeah. Like on the tide where it's dropping, you get these like little sections where it flows through the wall. So the rocks a bit lower. I've seen all I need to see.
After we're done with the rock walls, we're going to head upriver and check out the dirty water and some upriver spots that he knows.
Size?
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Yeah, he's just inside.
He won't be hard to catch a limit this week.
Yeah, that's definitely fish. What have you got on? Plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, nope.
Just chucking that.
Little minnow. Down on the left as well. Are you going down? Yeah. Feeding Bream. Wow. Oh. Yep. Bream. Oh, this is a little bit of mayhem, isn't it? School on this side is pretty far up. Yep. Ah, lost it. So far up. Go up that side if you want. They're pretty. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. The very first. Well, I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Oh, that is gone where I think it's gone. Yeah, I'm done. Just took a random bounce and went up. Oh, look how deep this is. I wonder if I can be cheeky and just run up that cup.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you need to see the donkeys underneath me.
Welcome everyone to our Daiwa Bream Series Grand Final. Both sessions will start at 7 a.m.
Thanks, Nicole. And yeah, you can see it across here, the Alloy Craft Bass Pro Series 463.
We'll do a random draw pairing at the end of this briefing.
Now, in a funny turn of events and a random draw, I've actually been paired with Steve Morgan. Steve's basically the guy that's in charge of the ABT tournament scene, and I've been on his boat before, actually doing media a little while ago, a couple of years, so it's been some time since I've been on his boat. We actually met up after today's briefing and had a chat about where he was planning to fish, and his plan is to stay upriver. Basically, that's got me thinking about some of the spots that Tom and I fished today, and I have now decided that I'm going to take 2 soft plastics rods and 2 crankbait hard body rods. To keep it simple, there's a few different variations in those 4 rods. Probably definitely have the Spike 44 tied on, as well as the oil flash bait junkie grub. They seem to do okay during the pre-fish today, so we'll see how they go tomorrow. Now, pairing with Steve actually presents a little bit of a problem for this video. Steve Morgan does live stream on his YouTube channel, and I think it's going to be really awkward with all the audio going on and the viewership on live stream if I'm in the background talking to a camera and taking multiple takes on intros and our day and whatnot. I think it's just going to confuse the audience that he's got going on, so I am not going to film tomorrow on this camera. The next scene that you're going to see here is me after day 1, and I'm going to play some footage over the top and basically talk you through the day that was. And if that's all confusing, that's okay. Let me show you what I mean. But before I cut away to that, I am super pumped about tomorrow.
We'll be ready to head off in a couple of minutes. As soon as everybody starts heading over this way and forming up, we'll be ready to head off. Make sure you idle past the front of the dock.
If you want to go early, come over here.
So this morning, starting at number 1, we have Mark Healy. Number 4, Peter Cashman. Number 29, Steve Morgan.
So what can I say about today, man? I have just some mixed feelings about today's fishing. I am tired, I am sunburned, I am a little bit darker just looking at the camera. So Steve and I were off from 30th position. We randomly took that starting gig this morning, and the first spot we went to didn't really produce. There wasn't enough wind or current on that rock kind of structure, that reef that we tried to fish. So he made the right call, and we went to work an edge that actually had a fair bit of flow on it. I think from memory, I might have got that first fish this morning on a plastic, but it wasn't too long after that, maybe 60 minutes after that, that the entire boat had its limit and we were set for the day. Oh, there's 2 fish. Must be from the same
He's got it all late, the little bastard. Actually, you can't get his hand with this one. He's got 2 of the trebles in his hands.
Oh no!
That's right, we'll get it out. Just take him out of the fish first.
Oh, he'll be legal.
Or I should really slow it down when I start hitting the rocks. Like that.
I got it. Yeah. Good one. It was pretty cool to see the same lures that I'd fished with yesterday with Tom, that Spike 44, the rolling crank and the grub, all working a treat to fill the bag. The problem that Steve and I had though was that our limit wasn't a big one. We didn't have any size, and truthfully, a lot of the fish didn't look too great. They've got that red spot on the side, kind of like saws. Man, did we catch some bycatch today. I can't count the amount of flathead that hit our deck, or bass for that matter, man. I think we probably got 10 bass today over 35 centimeters in length. You know, I saw some of the biggest bass that I have seen, and it was an absolutely insane session. To try and get some bigger fish, we hit some points, some rocky points and some edges that were made from rock as well as sand, and try to give both of those different situations a go.
No fish behind him.
Yeah, there's something.
shallow and we fished deep, and I've got to say probably the outstanding spot for us to fish today was McLean's Reef. It's basically a bunch of canyons that are 20 to 30 foot deep that come up sharply to 4 foot. A bunch of times today it was like a cast in, one crank, and we were hooked up. Even though I had an outstanding time today catching a bunch of fish, the worst thing by far about today was what happened to me at the weigh-in at the end of the day. After catching I don't know how many legal fish today, when I went to weigh my fish in, I found that one of my fish was dead, and when you've got a 3 fish bag, as soon as you've only got 2 fish in that bag, you are out of it. On the positive side though, Tom, who I pre-fished with yesterday, within 10 minutes of the start had his full bag. He basically went to those boats and found those fish just going mental again.
We'll get you when we're going to go under that rope. I'll just get you to hold those ropes up.
He is now sitting in second.
Oh, big You're cracking me up.
I think if I was him, I'd be pretty happy with that. If it's not already obvious, I am tired as hell, so I'm going to clock out here. Tomorrow, I'm fishing with Blake O'Grady, and instead of fishing upriver, we are going to be at the mouth of the river. So I've got a little bit heavier on the leaders, and we're going to be fishing rock walls and trying to extract some big fish out of some pretty gnarly places. Radio Championship Monday today, the final day. Weather, Yamba, clear with periodic clouds, 2% precipitation, humidity 88%. Man, it's going to be wet again. 10k an hour winds, lows 21, highs are 31, so it'll be hot as when we get back in. Luckily I've got some water. You can see not as much cloud cover as we've had in the morning.
Number 30, Blake O'Grady.
Well, if you want to try one of the Spike 44s, I've got a bunch of them.
Might have a crack later on, eh?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Get a bag and then have a play.
How old's the boat?
4 years.
Okay. Carbon's kept alright, eh?
I do look after, even though it doesn't look like it is.
Nah. You
Always
can...
garage.
Yeah, okay.
That's half the thing that people fuck out. They get a boat and they sit it outside and they do it all the time.
I couldn't stand that, hey?
How do you work on your boat when you got to do shit?
Oh. yeah.
I just could fucking win this. It's not over.
What is that? Oh, there we go. There you go. You're right if I just keep you off the wall on the Lecky.
Wherever you want, mate.
Yeah, okay. Oh shit.
You won?
I'm on top though.
Good job.
Nah, I lost him. Yeah, there's another one. Come on, you little... I need to turn my drag. Yeah. I should be able to...
Hold him?
Yeah, again.
Oh, he's bigger. That's working all day.
So I was holding the fish like this yesterday, and Morgo's freaking out. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is how we do it in the kayak."
You're going to hook yourself in the dick doing it that way. He's got it between his knees. I've never had a hook in my hand, I've had 6 in my penis. Put the fish between your legs.
26 fork. That pub lunch was awesome, actually.
Might see how quick ours was.
Yeah.
Walked in there, yeah.
Tap tap. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, nice work. Size? I'm not a crab, so over the top. You a seaway type of guy?
Yeah, I'll do all that.
No, fair enough. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I will. I don't mind. That's why I changed. I was like, oh, he's throwing crank, so I won't do the crank thing. It's funny. I was driving the boat around yesterday with Morgan and whatnot, and I was like, oh, you don't mind if I do this, do you? And he's like, nah, man, you're not getting those lures anywhere near my face like Blake does.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. And I was like, I think I'm fishing with Blake tomorrow. He's like, yeah.
It's just hard being a boater and then going to the other, you know.
I'm not an 8-pound type of guy, but
I'm not either.
just feels weird in the rod. Like, do you feel it?
Clicks out of it.
Yeah, it's gross. It's totally
As heavy as I
gross.
go, and it's only when I went to re-clip I realised I needed it. What was that?
Oh yeah,
See that?
yeah, I did. That's cool.
Water.
That's cool.
That was weird. That isn't really good.
How did a flatty hit that on the top?
Oh, I think that's good.
Oh, awesome. Are you out? Oh, there you go. Oh, he'll be close.
You might be. Yes. Just I'm just standing like in shock. Can't even believe you got it out of there. I think he's bigger than what you think he is.
Nah.
Oh! Whoops.
Could you imagine? No,
I would have said exactly that. I just lost you a bit. My bad.
How cool would that? It would have been pretty funny, right? Like.
It would have been your highlight reel.
I'm gonna try and lose more plastics. Mind if I sit on your right shoulder? I cast across and then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Let him know.
Yeah, I like it.
Right, so morning update number 1. Now we start at the end of the break wall over here where basically the mid wall starts and you get a little bit of mixing. Tide hadn't kicked up yet, but we got probably 5 or 6 fish out of there. Blake got a couple, I got a couple, and we made our way up the wall about halfway where the water started to pump and flow. Got a couple more fish, but then it started to slow down, so we've moved a couple times since then. We've come back to the wall. Now, the majority of fish for us so far haven't been over 30, so if we can get something that is nicer and larger, we will be happy. Speaking of which, because I've got my bag at the moment, Blake's still filling his, I'm going to throw the drone up, get a couple of shots of the seaway, some of the guys fishing, show you guys exactly how many boats are around, because there are a bunch of boats.
I've been I haven't noticed all morning.
Oh, he's a sneaky Pete, is he?
Yeah, he's one of these guys. I had 3 reaches rounds already this morning. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I'm getting a bit worn out anyway. How you going? I got 3 little ones, I think. Hold on, boys.
Oh no!
We're locked at 22 all.
He's been talking about it all morning.
Toweling up a boater. But don't worry, mine's doing that to me. Hey? Mine's doing that to me.
Oh. He went there. Yeah. It was sick as that water on the inside was just pouring through somewhere.
Hey, there's a spot like that. No, I know there's a spot because I keep saying I keep driving over the road and thinking, fuck, let's try that spot. Let's go have a look at it. I think it might be shallow, but it pours out of the road.
Is that as you're leaving Amber?
Yeah.
You're talking about the bridge?
Yeah, on the right hand side.
Mm.
Let's put it out one level.
Get it in there.
They're on there.
Oh,
That's where they sit.
just pinpoint. Oh, you do too. Oh, what is going on here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you out.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to take you out?
Yeah,
Oh. Go. Oh, no, patience. Yes. Oh, is he an upgrade?
yeah, I think
Upgrade number 2. Ah! Straight away on the crap, yeah?
yeah, good.
Oh, look, he's a big one. Yeah, he's a proper one.
Oh man!
Oh yeah! How good.
I'll just change the crab because I've caught 2 today on
Yeah.
them. I might as well use them again. Huh? First cast, bang. Look at that thing.
Olive heavy?
Yep.
Good.
He'd be in better condition in winter time, but I'll take him now.
Yeah.
He'd be a 34, I reckon. 35. Let's put the troop detector on there, eh? I'm overdoing it.
33 by a centimetre. Oh, mate, throw it back. It's not even that good. All right, so here we are a couple of days later, about a week after. Let me round out the video, but look, I got a Garmin, finally. So pumped about that bad boy. The install wasn't too bad either, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, I'll tell you what, I had 3 great days on the water, obviously, with Tom on the pre-fish day, Steve on the second day, and Blake on the third day. It was a real pleasure to finish off the back of all 3 of those boats, but I've got to tell you, as Blake put it on that third day, it is really hard to go back to non-boating if you are a boater, particularly, you know, when you've got a boat, you know, with all your rods here, your tackle there, you know where everything is on the boat. You've got your raptors hanging off the boat that are kind of holding me in position now. You just know where everything is, and you're the guy making the decisions. And whilst I enjoyed the weekend, I've got to say I don't think I'll be nonnying anytime soon, just because I have this boat and I may as well use this boat right. I also depleted like 20 of my cranky crabs over the weekend, so it's nice to have the boat where I've got, you know, majority of my stocks ready to go. Now, I will round out a couple of things in the video, so we'll go through the results, and we'll also go through some of the things that you might have seen in the boat. If you're new to nonnying, there's some important things for you to remember. The first one is that you would have seen me a number of times jump on the electric at the front and control the guys' boats. Now, they are letting me do that because I am a boat owner. They know that there is a trust level there, that they know what I am doing. Secondly, you would have seen a lot of shots of me fishing over the shoulder of guys. Now, not only did I ask for permission before I did that, but also, if you're going to do something like that, you need to be nimble on your feet. And that means get out of the way quickly when they need to cast or they have a fish, and you just need to know when to move and know when you are able to be there. The last thing you want to do is get in the way. So if you're new to the non-boating scene and you're getting into it, I certainly wouldn't be jumping up and getting all up in someone's grill unless you know pretty well exactly what you're doing, because it's a really quick way to piss some people off on the boat. And that is a good segue to the giveaway. Now, if you came here for the giveaway, that is right, we are giving away 1 boater spot and 1 non-boater entry fee covered to a round in the 2022 ABT Tournaments Bream Series. So we are giving away 2 entries, 1 as a boater and 1 as a non-boater. To enter, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below on what you would like to do. That means either the boater or the non-boater spot, and you need to tell me which round that you would like to enter. Don't worry, you don't have to go searching for it. I'll throw in the description below the rounds for the 2022 series. In terms of the results, I am going to go through them. So a giant congratulations to Mario, who took out the win. Basically, he got the $50,000 boat. How awesome is that? Now, he had an awesome day 2 bag, 3.75 kilos. I think he was coming like 8th, 9th or 10th. They were all tied in that weight range on day 1, so a giant leap from the back of the pack, or the mid pack there, to win. Total weight 6.37 kilos for the 10 fish. Giant shout out as well to his travel buddy, to Jesse Roden, who took out the non-boater awesome limit of 3.29. Now, that might not seem a lot compared to Mario's, but remember, Jesse is fishing for 6 fish over Mario's 10 fish, so that kind of makes sense there. For some reason, the ABT website's not working with the results, so I'm going to cuff this, but from what I understand, Tom Slater ended up 4th, so great pre-fish, awesome first day, and then second day he went out to the rock walls and produced a big fish for him again and got a couple of nice fish and was able to maintain his kind of like that top 5 position there. He did go from 2nd to 4th, but you know, I'd be pretty happy with that finish anyway. Blake O'Grady, who I fished with on the last day, got around about a 2.5-ish kilo bag, which put him above Grayson Fong, so he was pretty happy about that and took out the W on that space. I'm pretty sure he ended up in the late teens, somewhere around about that. And Steve Morgan, who was in the mid-20s after day 1, basically stayed in those mid-20s for day 2. Personally, for myself, the weights just weren't there for the weekend, but like I said at the start of the video, I was more keen to catch up with everyone, jump on people's boats, have a great time, and that's exactly what happened. Remember the giveaway, and I will be putting a link right here to the Spike 44 review, which you should be looking at, because the majority of the fish, or a lot of the fish in this video, came on that lure. Remember, I've got affiliate links if you're into that. If you're not, whatever, it's all good. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.